What's up, you guys? James here, and today I just wanted to do a quick video about, where I would invest a stimulus check if I were to get one. Now, for those of you guys out there who heard, I believe there's going to be a second stimulus that is coming out. It's going to be about $2,000 depending on where you're at, and a lot of people want to know, where should I put this money? Well, if you're not looking to go out and spend it on, new clothes and shoes and booze and all that stuff, and you actually want to put your money to work for you, here's what I would do. I would, first step, open up a stock trading account. If you guys don't have a stock trading account, I use E-Trade, but that's not for any specific reason. It's not like I'm one of those people out there that advocate. I don't make money sending you guys to E-Trade. I don't care which one you use. Go out, open a stock trading account. This is going to be a great first step. And I always recommend, saving money in this stock trading account because it's a lot harder to access. It's not like, oh my God, I got to go fill out forms or anything, but it does take a couple of days to access this money. And that way, when you're, out with your friends and it's Saturday night and you've had a couple of drinks, you're not tempted to just go buy that cute girl at the bar, 5 or 6 shots and, waste a ton of money. It'll prevent you from those impulse purchases. It'll kind of create this separate thing for you. And I don't know about you, but for me, I get more amped on saving when I see, a good starting block. It's really tough to look at a mountain and you're at the very, very bottom. You haven't even started the incline yet. And you're just like, man, that's a tall mountain, and I'd rather just chill in the campsite and drink beer all day instead of go hike that mountain. But if you get dropped in at a helicopter and you're already, a good mile up the mountain, then, it's a lot easier and it's a lot, for me, just like more encouraging to start from somewhere. So this stimulus check could really be the very first leg up that you have on saving for that, first home purchase, first business investment, and it could really set you up. So I would open up a stock trading account, and I'll teach you guys more about my stock trading strategies. I'm by no means an expert. I wouldn't say that. I would just say I've had some, consistent success in the market, and it's because I don't really listen to what everyone's saying. There's so many opinions about, oh, you should diversify. Oh, you should invest in index funds so you're investing in a whole market rather than just one stock. I personally think it's a lot easier to learn everything there is to know about 1 or 2 or 3 specific stocks that you're super, super interested in and take it from there. And for me, and I'll just give this pitch to you guys and do with it what you will, this is how I've been making money, and I have tripled my money that I've been investing in stocks over the past 4 months with this method. I picked cruise line stocks. Why? Because of a few reasons. I'll tell you. So first of all, with this whole coronavirus thing, cruises are on a dead halt. In fact, when you very first saw some of the media and some of the news and all this stuff coming out about coronavirus, you see these cruise ships that are stuck off the coast and people waiting there for months in this ship and everyone's sick. And it basically just sounds like a horror movie and, really, really bad media. So what happened to the stock market? Well, as you can see, it fell tremendously. These cruise stocks got hit really, really hard. The news came out and said these guys aren't even going to be cruising for the next couple of months. It's bad, 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 bad. So what did investors do? They unloaded and they sold. You see all the hedge funds lowering their price target, down, down, down. And as Warren Buffett says, as any smart investor says, when a stock becomes really cheap, or when you see stock dropping, it's not actually more risky to invest at that point. It's actually less risky because you're getting it at a better price. And if you look at the reason why it's going down, well, do I think coronavirus is going to be around forever? No, I don't. I hope not. Anyways, do I think the cruise industry will recover? Absolutely. Why? Because you can't repurpose any of their capital investments. It's a cruise boat. You can't turn a cruise boat and stick it up sideways and turn it into a hotel. You can't stick wings on it and make it into an airplane. No, it's a cruise boat. You're not going to do anything else with it other than cruise. So you've got these big cruise boats. They've already been, built. What are they going to do? Disassemble them and sell them? No, it's not going to happen. So the primary capital investment of a cruise company is the boats and the people that run the boats. Well, the people have all been furloughed, so that's not really costing the company that much money. The boats are still there, and I'm sure they took out fat loans to make these boats happen or whatever, but you know, it is what it is. Every single cruise line's in the same boat, the same boat, and you know, it just is what it is. So you've got these boats, they're not going anywhere. When the market recovers, here's what I think is going to happen. You're going to see airline industries coming back fast because who travels airplanes? Everyone travels airplanes. If you need to go somewhere, you get on an airplane and you go there. Who travels on cruise lines? Vacationers, adventurous people. If you've ever been on a cruise, and you know, let me know if you guys have been on a cruise, where your favorite place you've ever cruised to. I love going on cruises. I think it's like a really, really cost-effective way to travel. But if you've ever been on a cruise, the one thing all cruises have in common is that all the cruisers love to tell you how many cruises they've been on, what their last cruise was. These aren't just normal travelers. These people are cruise nerds, cruise geeks, whatever you want to call them. These people love cruising. And in my mindset, these people consider themselves to be at least adventurous. You're going out on a boat can sink. You know, there's a lot of things that can happen on a cruise. These people are, on a scale of 1 to 10, like level 4 risk takers, but in their own mind, maybe level 6. So you got an adventurous demographic of consumer. You have people who are loyal to cruising as, you know, as a whole. And these people are highly, highly motivated to get back on boats. You talk to these cruisers, I've been on 25 cruises. They're not just going to stop cruising because a flu came around and some people got sick. You know, people have always gotten sick on cruises way before coronavirus ever happened. And these people, I promise you, are chomping at the bit to get back on a boat. So you have a group of people that's motivated to start consuming again. You have capital investments in the cruise ships that aren't going anywhere. The only thing you have really driving down the price is two things. One, the news, which is huge. And it's crazy. I've been noticing that as we start to shift back and forth on the news and you see the story being played out, whenever the whole BLM movement is taking precedence over the coronavirus, because that's the only two things that is talked about on the news right now is BLM and coronavirus. Whenever BLM outshines coronavirus, I've noticed cruise stocks are going up. Whenever coronavirus is, you know, the main protagonist of the day in America, cruise stocks go down. Kind of same with airlines. So it's a really easy play because I'm basically just playing the media and watching, oh, okay, today's BLM day, cruise stocks are going back up. And it's been happening. So in any case, I think that regardless of if you're day trading or value investing, you know, cruise stocks are going to be a stock that's safe. And right now, the biggest one that I watch is NCLH. And the way that I trade is I look at a graph, I establish what is the predictable volatility pattern, what is the long-term trajectory of where I think this stock is going. I think NCLH is going to go back up to $60 a share in the next 3 years. I think that that's a safe bet. I think coronavirus is going to be a thing of the past in a year and a half from now, and that in a full year after that, cruise industry is going to be back to where it was. And there's no reason why the stock market won't recover as it always has since it started, and that these stocks are going to go back up to that price. Fully believe it with every fiber of my being. I hope I'm not wrong. But anyways, the point of that being is when you're day trading, sometimes you buy a stock and you see it go down the very next day and you're like, oh, no, I just lost 10% of my investment. What am I going to do? Well, if you have $2,000 to invest from your stimulus check, what I would recommend doing is taking a position like this. I would invest 25% initially when it hits a certain price point. Now, as of today, the price point I look for on NCLH is like $15.50. If it hits $15.50, I'm buying it. When it hits 18, I'm selling it. I take 25% of what I'm willing to work with. You know, for me, I typically like to play around with anywhere between like $10,000 and $20,000. And this is kind of the strategy I employ is I'll put, between $3,000 and $5,000 of that 10 to 20 in my first leg of the position. I buy it at $15.50. The next day, if it goes down to, 14 or whatever, then I just double down and I put the rest in. Because I know, even if it goes down to 7 and I lose half my money in the next month, that over the course of 3 years, I'm probably going to triple my money, and it's fine. I don't have the anxiety because I believe in the long-term outcome of this industry. So it doesn't really matter. I'm looking to make money in the short term, which I have been doing very successfully over the past 3 months. But at the end of the day, if it goes down, I'm not going to pull my hair out. I'm not going to lose any sleep, because over the long run, I do have the confidence that's going to go up, and I just focus on other things and, check back in later. Now, when you start to see a market recover, the way that you're going to see, the market recovering after coronavirus, it's not just going to go slow and steady all the way back up to where it was. No, you're going to see these days where there's massive ups, sell days, and massive downs, buy days. Now, that little $15 entry number that I've been talking about, that's going to kind of change as you start to see the recovery. That number is going to probably start to go up. It used to be $9 for me, and now it's 15. So I'm kind of just gauging that as I go, and I'll teach you about it. What the strategy I kind of use is more of a technical strategy rather than a fundamental strategy. I'm not really looking at this company's balance sheets, because if you go and look at their balance sheets right now, they're all screwed. I mean, their predicted earnings or whatever obviously got hosed because the predictions were made before the cruise restrictions were put in place. So their earnings, their predictions, their EPS misses, all that stuff is irrelevant to me because I look at the big picture, I look at the story, and then I look at the technical aspect. So anyways, I know that that's a lot of information, and for some people who have never traded before, maybe that goes in one ear out the other. But seriously, guys, I am no smarter than you. I just have been doing this for about 10 years, so I picked up some knowledge. But you got to know this about me. I failed out of every math class. I had to go to summer school every year. I was a C and D student. I barely passed college. I am not like some super smart guy. And if I can do this, I know for a fact that you can do it. It's just about taking the initiative to acquire the knowledge. So if you guys have questions about how do I get started trading stocks, how do I get involved in this idea that you're talking about, just send a comment. I will directly reach out to you. I'll take the time to do whatever I can to answer your questions. I'm here to give back. That's the whole reason I started this channel, is now that I've automated my life and now that my investments are basically allowing me to live for free every day, I'm looking to give back knowledge, because I fully believe that over the course of time, if you help enough people get what they want, you'll have everything you ever wanted and more. And I heard a quote one time, and I'll leave you with this quote. And, this was something that kind of stuck with me. And it was, the most valuable form of currency that you possess is the ability to make someone feel a certain way. And if I can just touch one person and make you feel a little bit more confident to take initiative and to take control of your life, then cool, this channel was a success. I didn't make this channel to make money. I've already got plenty of money. I'm here to help you guys. So if you have questions, seriously, ask them, let me know. I hope this rant, brought some light and maybe some new ideas in terms of what you want to do in investing. And I hope to God that you guys don't go out and blow that stimulus check on new clothes and booze. Please, guys, comment in the chat if you have a better idea of how to spend that stimulus check and what you can spend it on. And, especially from an investing standpoint, let me know. Maybe there's better ideas out there. Anyways, guys, that's my pick for how I would invest a $2,000 stimulus check. Go out, go get it, stay hungry, stay motivated.